welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! Happy 2022! So, as you can see in the title down below, this video is about my bookish resolutions for this 2022, but aside from that, I will be talking about a few updates in my life and the real reason behind why I wasn't able to upload for a really long time. Here we go for the life updates. For the life updates, first and foremost, I have taken a leave of absence from not only school, but from YouTube. I took a leave of absence because my mental health wasn't really going that well, and I was really drained from overworking myself, and more than that, I had issues and I slept a lot. I couldn't bring myself to get up, but here I am better and I'm back on track here on YouTube and back on track in school. I came back from my leave of absence. Second announcement is that I have shifted courses again, but don't worry, I am still a literature major, but now starting next term, I'm going to be a literature major in cultural studies and not creative writing anymore. Cultural studies in other countries are more widely known as comparative literature, I think. It's more known as that. So yeah, it's about, instead of writing creatively and writing stories, fiction, non-fiction, creative non-fiction, we're writing about texts and books and everything in an analytical way, in a critical way. So I need to enhance my critical thinking. So another announcement is that for the 2021 Goodreads Challenge, I was able to read 60 out of 21 books that I planned to read. And that is just amazing. It's a miracle, and I wouldn't have done it without my best friend Chloe, and you can subscribe to her channel as well. It's Love Chloe Marie, and she took a leave of absence just like me from school, and she documents it through her YouTube channel, Love Chloe Marie. I will link her channel down below. Please do subscribe and follow her videos if you're interested in videos that are a day in the life and a week in the life, what it's like to be a student, all those study vlogs, book vlogs. Her vlogs are kind of similar to what goes on in my life, somehow. Except I don't cook. She is really good at cooking. I cook a bit, but not really that much. So, yeah. My first bookish resolution is to write more book reviews. So I have started off the year with writing book reviews on Facebook and Instagram. I have been writing book reviews back then, but now I will be writing more and more, and that is because writing book reviews make me remember more, and it makes me think more critically about the book as well, and just helps me to make sense of the book more and what it means, what it truly means. The second bookish resolution is to annotate more books. This is to help me with my critical thinking. The bookish resolution is to talk about books to other people more, to have more buddy reads, to have more group reads, and by doing so, this makes the book more meaningful. And I have learned that lesson in 2021 because there was this book that I didn't really like. It was called Wild by Cheryl Strayed, and it was kind of non-fiction, but fiction, but I really don't know. But what made it more meaningful was attending a book club discussion with the BGC book club. And I enjoyed it more, and I made sense of it more, and it was a really meaningful and great experience. My fourth resolution is to join one book club session per month, and this is just so I will be sure that I will be fulfilling my 2022 reading goal, which is to read 52 books this year, aka one book a week at least, and I feel like I'll be reading more than that because of me majoring in cultural studies, so I'll be forced to read more. And hooray! My next bookish resolution is to listen to more literary or book-related podcasts. And some of my favorites are the following. First is the Drunk Guys Book Club podcast, and this isn't really like nonsense and about drunk guys like really being drunk. They're not really drunk when they talk about books, but I guess it's because the mind loosens when you drink, like, you know, sip and go paint and creativity, I don't know, something with the brain. But yeah, if you want hour-long podcasts on books, and if you want people to reiterate a certain story to you, or at least just explain a synopsis of a book thoroughly to you, then you should listen to this podcast. The second one is Overdue, and this is just like the Drunk Guys podcast, but a little bit shorter. And the third podcast that I recommend is the On Books podcast, and this one has a lot of self-help. And the next one is called Read Me a Poem, and this is for poetry, and it reads poetry to you in a very emotional and meaningful way. If you have less time, and if you're pressed for time, then I guess that's another podcast that you should check out. My sixth bookish resolution is to be more active on Booktube. Just like how I'm posting right now, I will try my best to be more active on Booktube. My seventh New Year's bookish resolution is to buy less books. This is because look at those behind me. I have so many books that I haven't read, and I feel pretty guilty about it. So I will try my best to buy less books, but I still will if I need it for school or for a book club, because I'm more of a physical book person. But other than that, I will buy less books. My eighth bookish resolution is to use my Kindle more, and this is because I haven't been using it that much, and I feel really bad because I purchased one and I really need to use it, so I'll use my Kindle more. My ninth bookish resolution is to read more self-help, and this was recommended to me by someone who I talked to, who helps me heal from my condition and what I've went through in my leave of absence. And lastly, my last resolution is to keep a book journal. I used to keep a book journal back then. Actually, let me show you. It was this one, my 2019 books, and I'd do that and that, and I'd rate them, I'd write notes, I'd draw and stuff. And this year I will be filling up this journal, which is my 2022 book journal. So yeah, those are my 2022 bookish resolutions, and I hope you guys still stay tuned for my next coming videos. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and if you're new here, hello. Please do subscribe if you would like to. Welcome to my channel, and thank you very much.